Okay, well, welcome back to another video, everyone. I've run into something I did not expect. So, I just spent 30 minutes uh, uploading my third video of the Jungle Railroad miniseries, the third part of it. And that was where I did the final stuff where I created a staircase and I ended up choosing a bamboo farm for that place, and I will show you that in this video. But that video was 30 minutes long, and it got corrupted. So that was a mess. So that footage is not coming back, unfortunately, all that time spent and everything. So that was fun. And yeah, I don't even know what to say. It's wild. I've heard of people having that problem, and I never thought it would happen just because, like, I'm not doing this at scale, but holy crap. Yeah, no, that was a lot of footage gone. But either way, gonna modify how I was doing this video. I'm still just kind of thrown off because that just happened, and so I was like, well, I'm just gonna record this then. So this is probably gonna be like a two clip thing. So the first thing is, and this wasn't even in the first video, but you may like tell by the mini map that I'm over an ocean monument. I'm not at the jungle base. And that was because earlier today I made a very simple guardian farm. Now, I watched a tutorial from, I believe it was Shulkercraft, who got it from a smaller smaller channel, I should say, a smaller creator, so you should check both of them out. Super simple. Pretty much all it does is you have soul sand at the bottom here and some scaffolding that brings them up, contains them within this. They get flown into a very large scaffolding thing where they come up, they're contained by these walls and the glass on top, go into some hoppers which have soul campfires, and then all their bits drop into the place down below, and we can go down and check that out. I was AFKing the whole time that was happening, so yeah, we've got quite a bit of stuff in here. And so one of the things I found out, because I haven't messed with Prismarine all that much, but one of the things I found out was that, you know, it is a Guardian farm. It's not a, oh, hello. Hang on. Multitasking's hard. Don't die. Don't die. One of the things I found is Dark Prismarine is really expensive. I always thought it was the Sea Lanterns. No, it's the Dark Prismarine, and that's because you need black dye, and you need a single black dye for a single block. But it turns out while I'm AFKing at this farm, a bunch of squid spawn in and around the Guardian Temple, and so all the guardians that don't get collected are out there killing them all. And so occasionally I just come through, boat through, and grab all the ink sacs. I'm sure there's something I could potentially do with this that's more sophisticated, but not really looking to do that right now. I just kind of, and I didn't even really need this farm for anything. I just built it because I was like, well, why not? I want to, might as well build it, because I saw it was super simple. And so I've gone around, I've AFK'd this a few times and gone around and given people a stack each of each of the blocks that this produces. And that gave me another good amount of ink sacs, which I will turn into black dye. So you can think of each ink sac as a block, essentially, and so that's 4 and a bit stacks, which is pretty good. May end up also building a super smelter because this produces an insane amount of raw cod, more than I even realized. And so may build a super smelter for that because I already have a shulker box back at my main base that is already full of cod. It is insane. Oh, one of the other things I did, I built this not too long ago, but this is a very simple iron farm here. But But I was running into an issue with the design that I watched on the video because villagers were losing line of sight with the zombie here who was initially in a boat. So I ended up trapping him like this and then adding these as slabs so that they can move around between that block and here, but they'll never lose line of sight. And so now they don't just, this doesn't just produce iron at night, it will also produce in the daytime. And it looks like maybe in a couple of seconds we'll get a golem. The other thing that was kind of annoying about this, and I didn't think about this when I did it. Can't get the controls right. This is built within, I think it's 4 chunks. Yeah, it crosses 4 chunks. I should move it into 1, and then I could set up an interpearl stasis chamber and have this running constantly, but it involves villagers, and villagers are just such a pain to move. Also have the creeper farm there. Don't know if I've ever shown this. If I haven't, again, just another farm from a tutorial with its own AFK platform. You have cats on each platform, and then trapdoors, and so it's super simple. The cats drive the creepers down, they fall into the water, which goes down into some campfires. So now I'm just on my way to the jungle base because I want to show you that as well. I'm still just amazed that that happened. It exported perfectly fine. The only thing that was different was normally I export it strictly to my laptop, which is what I did, and it worked. And it went where it was supposed to, but at the same time, it was also trying to store and upload it to OneDrive. And I'm like, I never told you to put it to OneDrive, because all I do is download it to my computer, upload it to YouTube. Once it's uploaded and rendered and everything, then I just delete the thing off my computer, because each video is several gigs. And this has 1 terabyte worth of storage space, but at the same time, you know, that adds up, and I don't want just a whole bunch of gigabytes just sitting there in old videos. So, still just a little shocked by that, but either way. So, and I didn't mean to do that, but this works. So, there were 3 things we needed to do with this project to finish it up. The first was to create the landing platform here, which you can see I did by stripping some oak and jungle, alternating in which the ways that they go. I'm looking at this and actually yeah, I think that's how we'll end up doing it. Because I wanted the log strips to be oriented differently, and I forgot that oak is vertical and jungle is horizontal, so you actually need them to go the same direction to get that proper pattern, which now looks like that, and I like that a lot better. Firefly bushes. This was the thing I spent the most time on, was designing this, what I call very beefy, very bulky staircase. And I really like it, so it blends in tough bricks, regular tough, and then mossy cobble. And then we've also got vines running through there. On the sides, as you walk up, you have decorated pottery, along with ferns within them, and then lanterns for lighting. Then you come up to a got added in the grass and the ferns back, have a path with rooted dirt and coarse dirt into the place where the bamboo grows. And the bamboo is already pretty much grown up because I have an interpearl stasis chamber here. Now, once again, I built this within 2 chunks. And so this side will never fully be grown when I'm away, but everything else will be, and that's fine. The height is being terminated by string up there going up 8 high. And this, in combination with the 2 tall fence around it, means that the vast majority of bamboo that grows, if I walk around the sides here, harvest this, and I'm just going to harvest the one side for now. But you can see some of it ends up on here, but the vast majority ends up within the fence itself. And then just taking that and going back over to the jungle base, and that is the 3rd loop that I was talking about doing with my jungle base. The only other thing I'm potentially considering is I have 4 villagers in my basement in here, and that was a pain in the butt to set up because even now villagers are still just such a pain to move and set up and everything. I'm thinking about potentially adding 2 more and making them both Fletchers because I'm going to be getting a decent amount of bamboo from them. And if I can cure them down to where they'll buy sticks for 1 stick per emerald, I think that'll be a very good setup, very good plan, that kind of thing. So I'll just go back real quick and we'll just free cam it and just look at it before I end up ending the video. And if you're watching, that means that it successfully uploaded again that time. So it was meant to be a smaller build, but I enjoyed it. I'm actually going to take a screenshot. Um, yeah, I think it's nice. Would have been better if it were like you'd seen like the full design and planning process kind of thing. I know it's a small build, but for me it would have been cool to have that go on, but that's the joys of technology. Either way, thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed both the iron farm as well as the, I guess, end now of the Jungle Railroad miniseries, even though this had basically nothing to do with the railroad. Hope you enjoyed. Hope this uploads. See you in the next video.